see when you see a non-key number like move from 4.5 to 5.5, it doesn't really give you any value.
I got one equation for you right now.
Can Justin Jefferson be stopped? I don't know.
Live the high life.
It's a close game.
The Taylor Heineke life. Yeah. This is a trap game if I've ever seen one.
Spread's the way to go. You just have to know how to bet it. Hey, welcome to week 13 of Betting Bros Math vs. Smash, presented by the Scene Snobs. I am Math, and this is Smash.
You got the Smash right here, son.
Smash is going after it. So, last week went 4-4. Not our best week, not our worst week. We've had the sad trombone. We've had the Final Fantasy victory music. 4-4 is this.
Just listen to them, Daddy.
Get over here.
Anything you want, Daddy. Anything you want.
You know what cost me money this week, man? You know what cost me money? Right there.
I told you.
I need to smash a laptop this week because the Colts. They're dead to me. Jeff Saturday, I'm coming for you.
Jeff, you bet on Jeff Saturday versus Mike Tomlin. That's what you chose. I grabbed my lunch pail and I walked down to Pitt. I went down there. I went down with the Union boys and they told me they were going to get the W. And they did. They got the W. One of the bright spots of the week. Brought us to 500. Brought Matt to 500 at least, which was nice.
No laptop. Smash mad.
We still have the laptop, so we still have numbers this week. Just so everyone knows, if anyone wants to follow us on Twitter, it's bettingbros9183. So you can talk to us on there. Also, if you're watching the show, like it, subscribe it, all those things. And
Smash
then
that like button, son.
We'll have the Scene Snobs. Will be on at 9 for their weekly podcast, so you can tune into that as well. All right, getting into the games this week, we start with a Thursday night showdown with the Buffalo Bills at the New England Patriots.
Best Thursday night game we've had all year.
It's a 4.5-point spread. I have the Bills in this one. Looking to see what they just got happened to them against the Minnesota Vikings, which I sat Justin Jefferson. I have one message for myself. Can Justin Jefferson be stopped? I don't know. No, he cannot be stopped.
Like
the answer is he can't be.
Never bench him.
Never bench.
Automatica.
Yes. Never bench your best receiver, even if you think that Kirk Cousins is going to play terribly.
You thought he was going to be primetime Cousins, and instead he was primetime Cousins.
He was certainly that. So, yes, definitely. I like the Bills. There's supposed to be some weather, but the nice thing about weather is that Josh Allen can throw through any of it. So he's like the least impacted by weather quarterback. Now, people will look back to the game where the New England Patriots ran the ball the entire game, but that ain't this game, I don't think. I don't think the weather's going to be that bad. I think it's just going to be cold, maybe a little snowy, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as what was a 40 or 50 mile an hour winds in Buffalo, and it was like 20 degrees. So or 10 degrees below zero. So yeah, that's my thoughts on
that. Back on that Buffalo wagon after dropping the ball last week with the I suddenly can't get in the end zone Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Buffalo big. Take them all day.
I mean, the Lions did cover the spread.
I took it as a victory last week, one of my 3. However, they should have won that game. They should have won that game, Matt. It was a sham. My turkey went cold.
If only they weren't playing Josh Allen and just throwing lasers 50 yards down the field. All right, so I think that one's pretty easy. I like the Bills. I don't think 4.5 is a whatever spread. You want to tease it down to 3, 2.5, you can, but I just think they cover it pretty easy. I got them at 7. I got a 7-point difference between.
Avoid the parlay with that game though. That could easily be a 13-10 style deal.
Very easily. Very easily. All right, next one, we got the Cleveland Browns at the Houston Texans.
The Massage Browns, though.
The Massage Browns are in business. Deshaun Watson is in the building. Now,
Is this a revenge game, Matt? Is that what this
it's not
is?
a revenge game. I think Deshaun's going to be crappy, but I don't think it matters. I could hand the ball off to Nick Chubb against the Houston Texans.
Does your equation quantify the need for Massage Watson to show somebody some talent? Does it speak? Does the map? Do the numbers come out of the page and suddenly say, "Ooh, Deshaun Watson's gonna have a big game"?
I just think the Texans are really bad, and I think anything under 10 against them, unless they're playing the Panthers, I'm gonna bet. So I like the Browns. I just think they're gonna hand the ball off a lot.
I take Massage Watson in daily. He's probably going to be cheaper than you think. Maybe 62, 63. I
just don't think they let him throw that much. I think
he's got a lot to prove, man. They gave up everything for him, and now he's got to show the world that he's still talented. I bet you he runs for like 60, 70 yards.
He could run for a lot. That's true. The Texans can't defend the run. So I
take him in daily. Take him in daily. Put that.
I don't take him in daily. And then a lot of people talk about having the Browns defense. I mean, I know the Texans are bad, but the Browns defense is leaky at times. They could sneaky get 20 put up on them.
Myles Garrett's still hurt.
I think he's back, I believe. But even so, they're just a leaky defense at times. So I don't love. So I like this. I like them to cover the spread because I think they'll score at will against the Texans, but I don't love their defense. The next one we have, Cleveland Brown overs, by the way, have hit a lot this year as far as games that they're in. So just FYI. The next game we have are the Denver Broncos country on their broken down vehicle against the Baltimore Ravens. It's an 8.5-point spread.
The Ravens haven't covered in 3 weeks.
No, I don't like. I'm just going to stay away from the game. If you're going to bet anything, just bet Denver Bronco unders because they're never going to score over 20 points. It's just not going to happen.
Defense is going to take care of business. Maybe they can take care of business by taking their quarterback out to pasture where he belongs. I kind of feel bad for Bronco Nation.
I feel bad for a lot. Yeah, but they gave up a lot, and he's there. Like he's not going anywhere. You just have to hope for better. Honestly, I'd sit him. Let someone else hand the ball off for another couple weeks and call it a day. I don't have a bet on this game. I think 8.5 is a big spread for the Ravens. As much as I hate the Broncos, I think just bet the under and particularly just bet the Broncos under. Maybe the Ravens get loose, who knows? But the Broncos aren't going to score any points.
Honestly, a slick play here in daily though might be playing the Broncos defense because I bet you they get in at 2,900 and the Ravens have turned the ball over a ton.
That's
got
true.
Real soured on Lamar. Lamar, I love you. I love you, man. But what are you doing? Come on now. Stop turning the ball over.
This could be like a 10-3 game.
Easily.
So like the unders, either defense is playable for sure. I'm sure the Baltimore Ravens defense would be really expensive, but yeah. So then next one we have the Green Bay Packers at the Chicago Bears. It's a 3-point spread to the I don't know. I would just stay away from this game. You're going to have 2 backup. Maybe Jordan Love's cheap. Maybe, Bears defense is horrendous. Maybe you get.
So was the Packers defense though.
They're also horrendous, but I'm just saying Jordan Love could score a lot, but I don't know if the Bears can score any points.
Although they already said Aaron Rodgers feels better, and if he's better, he's going to play.
If I were the Packers, I don't play Bear. Well, one, I don't think Aaron Rodgers plays for the next season. 2, I don't know if he plays it anymore this season. What's the point? It's old man. They're out of the playoffs. Who cares?
Well, that's just it though. In the NFC, are they out of the playoffs?
They are out of the playoffs
for sure.
I mean, with all the tiebreakers they've already lost, I just don't think they get there. Yeah, I don't even think they're in the hunt. I think the season's done. See what you got out of Jordan Love and call it a day.
I don't disagree. The problem is that I bet you they trot Aaron Rodgers out even if he's a zombie.
Maybe. I don't know. If Jordan Love plays, I like him in daily. Otherwise, I stay away from this game. I don't think there's anything good here. Maybe Cole Kmet if he's cheap.
You're not allowed to say that name. That is a banned name in this house, man.
Smash hates Cole Kmet. Not a
You
big
don't
fan.
say Cole Kmet in front of me. That man is deader to me than the Colts. Deader to me than the Colts. If I could, I would punch Cole Kmet in the nuts.
We'll just call him CK. We'll call him CK.
CK. Okay, I got that. CK.
All right.
Handle.
So there we go. So that one. So now a game you wouldn't think would be that interesting. That's pretty interesting now. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Detroit Lions. Two teams that made a very good show of themselves last week. Trevor Lawrence all of a sudden is looking like the Trevor Lawrence that they drafted. And the Lions play great offense at home. Jared Goff has been very solid at home. And I don't think that the defense doesn't have to play Josh Allen. Trevor Lawrence looks better, but he's not Josh Allen. And they have looked better recently. I do not have a bet in the game. I lean Lions, but I don't like the Lions giving them a 1.5. I do not let betting the Lions as favorites.
4 words for Snob Nation. Give it to Jamal. Bet heavy on the Lions. You put Jamal in your daily lineup, he'd probably be about 6,100, 6,200. Give it to Jamal all day, all night. The dude's going to have 3 touchdowns yet again at home. Lions big. That's my stone cold lock of the century, of the week. Smash said it here. Lions big.
Stone cold lock of the century of the week. Would you say that Jamal has that dog in him?
Oh, he has the dog, baby.
He's got that dog in him.
Jamal's the man.
I do like Jamal. I like Jamal a lot. I like Swift when he's not injured. I like the offense. I'm just worried. I am bad at picking the Jags. I can't figure them out. I try to avoid them.
Well, they play weird offense too. How come Trevor Lawrence only has like 150 yards rushing on the season or something?
He was never a big runner, but yeah, I mean, he's more mobile than that. So yeah, we'll see. But Zay Jones, if he's cheap, might be a good pick in daily. Jamal, as we said, probably a good pick in daily.
Don't play Swift.
Either of the offensive players, I think you could find someone you like there. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game, but we shall see. Next, we have the New York Football Jets at the Minnesota Vikings. Mike White. But I like the Jets. The Vikings are favored by 3. I just think the Jets defense gets after Kirk Cousins. I think Mike White's the man. And I also think that while I don't think he stops Justin Jefferson, I think Sauce Gardner can limit
the tallest cornerback in the NFL.
I think Sauce can limit him. You're going to get lost in the sauce.
Lost in the sauce? I don't know. I like the Vikings big. They need to show up like they did against the Cowboys, but I like the Vikings big. You might have a decent parlay here, investing heavily in the Minnesota Vikings to cover, win, and take Jefferson for 80-plus yards against gonna lose to Aiden Hutchinson, Sauce Gardner for the Rookie of the Year.
Sauce Gardner.
Aiden, baby, all day.
All righty. I just like the Jets. Maybe this is our game of the week. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I like the Vikes in this game.
I just like the Jets in general this year, so we'll see. All right. The next game we have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Atlanta Falcons. It's basically a pick. It's a 1.5. I am not picking the Steelers, but I lean that way. I lean Steelers. I don't know. The Atlanta Falcons have had some good games. They've had some bad games, but I think they can control the clock. I think they're a better team than the Colts. I don't know. Maybe Kenny Pickett can pull it off.
I stay away from this game. You don't know what's going to show up here.
If the Falcons get bet up a little bit, I could get close. If the Falcons go to 2.5, maybe I come back on the Steelers, but 1.5 is too close.
The question is, was last week the indication that Mike Tomlin is going to sweep the rest of the season and somehow skate into the playoffs?
No, they're down 2 running backs. They're on their 3rd string running back.
It's Mike Tomlin.
It is Mike Tomlin.
Who's that? Oh, is his name McFarland? What's that? what's that running back that came out of nowhere and had 200-yard games a couple years ago? Man, I don't know. I shouldn't have bet against. You heard it from Smash. I shouldn't have bet against the Steelers.
You should never bet against the Steelers.
I should have known better. Mike Tomlin is probably the best coach in the NFL.
One of.
I don't know. I don't like this game. I don't like this game one way. I don't like this game another way. The Falcons are hard to figure out. Marcus Mariota let me down. I texted him yesterday asking him what's going to happen. No response this week. What's the deal, Mariota? Because I said I was going to turn your head into a puddle of pineapple. You're not going to answer my text no more? Come on, buddy.
I mean, they're still in it for the playoffs, but I wish they would just move on to their other quarterback. I just think Mariota's boring, and I don't think he gets them over the hump. But we shall see. I think he's a good backup quarterback. I just don't think Mariota's a starter in the NFL. But, I mean, if they make the playoffs, I'm wrong, right? I mean...
Yeah, but is Brad Johnson a good starting quarterback in the NFL in 2000? They went to the Super Bowl and won.
I mean, yeah, but I would take a Super Bowl.
Is Jared Goff a good starting quarterback in the NFL because he took the Rams to the Super Bowl?
He's top 15. All right, moving on. We have the best covering team in the nation, the Tennessee Titans versus the Philadelphia Eagles. But Smash gets on the Titans, and he didn't realize that the Bengals were the second best covering team in the nation.
Well, but here's the thing, Math. Here's the thing. They're down Chase. Everybody's getting healthy on the Titans. Nobody likes the Titans. I thought it was a for sure letdown game for the Cincinnati Bengals. I stand corrected. Also, that fumble in the end zone, Derrick Henry, you're lucky you're not dead to me because it cost me, buddy. It was
not Tractor Cito season that day.
It was rumbling, stumbling, bumbling, fumbling. What's the deal?
I like it.
You're lucky you're not dead to me, Derek. I'll come to your house, knock on it, put a flaming pile of dog poo right there. Because I know I can't beat you up. You're a big dude. You're a big dude, Derrick Henry.
So
Smash can't take you.
It's a 5-point spread. The Eagles got to cover 5. They haven't looked as dominant as they have. I have it a 1-point difference. I have it at 6 to the Eagles. I lean Eagles. If I get any more action on the Titans, I can make this a bet, but I'm just not there yet. I'm going to watch this one during the week. I like the Eagles. I'm just not ready at 5. I would like them to get
big for a game that could potentially be the Super Bowl. That seems.
Well, the truth of the matter is there. I mean, the Eagles' run defense is still shoddy.
They looked great. Is it Sunday night?
Shoddy to me. But that being said, maybe they have their big guy back.
Sue was a great addition. I don't know. I don't like 5 for a game that could be the Super Bowl. I like it at 3.5. That may seem a little conservative for Smash, but when you're betting heavy on 2 really good teams, I don't know, man. I even avoid the money line here. I can't tell you because apparently Ryan Tannehill can't throw the ball in no more.
No. Ryan Taylor can't throw the ball, but I do like Burks. I like Burks and
yeah,
Hooper.
He's the one who could recover the fumble in the end zone. I'm sure everybody that took him for 4,400 in daily was like cha-ching.
Burks. I like Burks. I like Hooper. I like Tractor Cito. And the Eagle side, I mean, Hurts could get loose. I don't love the main receiver. AJ Brown's been a little down lately. But the rest, we'll see. We'll see.
Quez Watkins for 3,900 last week. That was a hell of a deal.
Cheap. All right. And next we have the Washington Commanders at the New York Football Giants.
The Taylor Heineke highlight special of the week.
Yes, sir. You know what it is? Oh, big party parties. Big party parties.
Taylor Heineke is the man. That being said, he's been a dog every single time. He is currently a favorite by 2.5. They are almost 3-point favorites against the New York Football Giants at home. I don't buy it. I like the Commanders. I think the defense is coming a long way. I think Heineke is a very fun quarterback. I just think it's a bridge too far.
Chase Young
It's too much.
Snap Daniel Jones' neck for a safety.
It's very possible. I'm not saying I love it. I just think it's a bridge too far.
Commanders all day. My boy Heineke is going to lead them to a playoff berth. People are going to finally know that it doesn't matter as long as you win. And Taylor Heineke, he lives the high life.
Sure, he can win by 1 at the end of the game.
Just win, baby.
But I'm still winning if that's the case. It's a numbers thing for me. 2.5 is too many points. I just don't think the Commanders go in there and just win by 3 just automatically. I think it's just a numbers play, but I like the Giants. Now, the next one we have the Miami Dolphins at the San Francisco 49ers. This is a 4-point spread. It's big. I lean 49ers.
Home field advantage. Did you know McCaffrey tweaked his quad?
If he doesn't play, the number will move a lot, and we'll see what happens then. Currently, if McCaffrey is in, I like the Niners. I'm not betting them. I'm leaning that way, depending on which way the numbers go. I just think Miami hasn't played a good defense in a while, and I think the San Francisco 49ers could shut them down. Could. Also,
this is another game that could be the Super Bowl.
Tua's also a little banged up too. He was out in the Texans, and they didn't bring him back in, even though the Texans came back a little bit on him.
I bet you a lot of the offensive players in this game are super expensive in daily, so I would avoid this game in daily. Unless maybe Juwan Jennings for the Niners might catch a sneaky pass for a touchdown or something. He might be.
The problem with the Niners is you're picking 5 different players. Like anyone could score. It could be McCaffrey, could be Ayuk, could be Debo. I mean,
you'll find out a lot about the Niners this week.
Yeah, this is a big test for the Niners. It's a big test for both teams. It really is. And I don't like betting on test games. I don't like 4 as a number.
I'll bet it in the play. If they wind up in the Super Bowl, I'll bet it in the Super Bowl, and I'm not touching it here.
I think the 49ers are going to show that they're really good. I think they're going to win this game. I just don't know if it's by 4. It's just too tight. It's too tight of a game. I don't like it. Next, we have the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks had me like this. They had me like this. Are you kidding me? 300 yards from one player against the Raiders.
The Raiders.
The crying Raiders somehow came in to Seattle. The 13th man, my ass. Terrible.
Funny story about that. Did you see that a 13th player literally ran on the field during a kick return for the Seattle Seahawks?
I'd believe it. I don't put it.
2 men come on the field and block, and nobody threw a flag. They took that 12-man stuff, 12-man stuff a little seriously last week, if you know what I'm saying.
So it's a 7.5-point spread. The Rams are decimated. I want to get back on Seattle. I might get back on Seattle. 7.5 is a big spread for a team that just lost to the Raiders at home.
Never put money on the Rams.
I like the Seahawks defense.
Let me down.
The Seahawks defense, I think, is okay here. I just don't think the Rams have any firepower.
Who scores for them? Ben Skowronek?
Sure. Why not? Perkins runs one in. I don't know. I didn't think Josh Jacobs was going to run for 300 yards.
No matter what the spread is here, I take Seattle. If you're looking for a second, maybe mini lock, Seattle over the Rams this week. Big.
I definitely think Seattle wins. I mean, you could tease them down and take
I take the alternate spread at +11.
All right. Okay.
I do that. It's the Rams at this point. If they win another game in this NFL season,
they won't.
I don't know.
Trump's not going to see the field again. Stafford's not going to see the field again. Aaron Donald's hurt now too. He's not going to see the field again.
Aaron Donald's in Aaron Rodgers territory. He's like, I should have retired.
They all should have retired. No one should have came back for this season. Should have just packed it up, took their Super Bowl, and left. It's all right. Seahawks is a lean. We'll see where the spread goes throughout the week. If it goes up to 8 or 9, man, that's a big
You could
spread.
make some serious money with that. Come on now.
We'll see. Next, we have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Cincinnati Bengals. Oh, the points. But here's the thing. If you're going to bet this game, because I'm not, it's too close. 2 points is weird in both ranges you bet Kansas City in the first half for sure, if you're going to do it. And you hope that they hang on to that lead, because the Cincinnati Bengals have allowed like 3 points in the second half, all like in the past like 6 games. Like no one scores on them in the second half. So if the Bengals are down and you think you can come back, wait for the Bengals in the second half.
The Kansas City Chiefs are a different animal than anybody else that they've faced.
I agree. I'm just saying the Bengals don't allow any points in the second half. Like none. Like 0.
I bet the Chiefs all day on this. I'm sorry. Like, I don't believe in the Bengals. I'm sorry. I don't.
You didn't believe in the Bengals last year. What did Joe Burrow do?
Still the most sacked quarterback in
Joe
the
Burrow
NFL.
walked his way into the Super Bowl. You want to know why? Because he's Joe Burrow. He's Joey Ice.
This will be the game this week. You want to play for the laptop this week? You
Oh,
want the Bengals? You want them that bad?
can I get the Bengals in the second half? Can I get a lifeline?
Only in the second half. The Chiefs are the best team in the NFL and make winning look easy.
I think the Bills have something to say about that, but yes, I do really like the Chiefs.
The Bills are not. The Bills aren't even in the top 4 right now.
You are out of your mind.
No,
the Bills are still the number 1 team
are
in
the
the
Bills
nation.
in the top 4. You got the Chiefs, you got the Eagles, you got the Vikings, and then maybe the Bills.
I have the Bills at least 3-point
Bills
favorites.
got to worry about winning their own division first.
On a neutral, I have the Bills at least 3-point favorites over all of them. Against Minnesota, I'd take 7. Minnesota, okay. They played the Dallas Cowboys and just got schmucked. You really think they're going to be that better against the Bills?
Yeah, I do. I think they didn't see it coming. I think the Dallas Cowboys with Zeke healthy are a completely different football team. You got to understand here, the Kansas City Chiefs are better minus Tyreek Hill. They're a better football team.
I think it's proven that Patrick Mahomes is one of the best quarterbacks of all time.
All time.
Because he just throws to whoever.
What?
Like, it doesn't even matter what week it is. Juju's out, he doesn't care.
I take my stack and I shove it towards the Chiefs. But I bet it on the money line. I don't take the spread.
Fair enough. I like the Bengals live in the second half. That's what I like. All right. Next, we have the Los Angeles Chargers. They can't cover the spread against the Cardinals. They had to win with a 2-point conversion.
Did anybody think about installing Call of Duty kiosks on the Cardinals sideline?
It's coming soon. Los Angeles Chargers at the Las Vegas Raiders. The 2.5-point spread. I am once again on the Chargers. I am once again there. I'm going to go back to the bell one more time. They should be able to beat the Raiders by 2.5 points. I'm sorry.
If the spread stays at 2.5, I take the Chargers.
Also, Jacobs is a little banged up too. He might not practice.
He was
for
banged up before, though. I benched him last week in regular fantasy. I benched Josh Jacobs last week.
I benched Justin Jefferson, so we're in the same hole.
He was questionable leading into Sunday. The Chargers have to win this game, and I bet you they win it by at least a touchdown. I bet the Chargers. They got to be able to cover 2.5.
Any team that didn't take Josh Jacobs' 5th-year deal, like, I'm just not betting on them. I think the Raiders are terrible. I still think they're terrible. It's not a
bad football team. With
not a long way to go for Los Angeles.
Quarterback and maybe the best receiver in the NFL.
I don't know. Devontae Adams is always a good play because he's always going to get like 6 to 8 targets a game. I think Herbert could throw all over the Raiders. Los Angeles Chargers run defense isn't that bad. So I don't think Josh Jacobs get loose like he did last week.
Without Bolta, though, I don't know. Like,
we'll see.
I like Derwin James Jr. hurt?
I'd have to look. I'd have to look at the injury report again. But the
like,
spread didn't move much. I don't know.
Talk about letdown. Like, that team is one of the most talented teams to not make the playoffs the past 4 years.
They're playing for the playoffs, though. That 2-point conversion did put them in the driver's seat. So I think they're motivated, and I think the Raiders aren't
motivated. To lose in the first round.
I just think the Chargers take it. I just think they do. It's a number play, very similar to the Giants play. I don't love my picks this week, but the numbers tell me things, and I have to follow them.
Numbers. One thing tells me it's right here.
The gut.
This is all that matters.
We have the Indianapolis Colts, the Jeff Saturday Indianapolis Colts at the Dallas Cowboys. It's an 11-point spread. On basis, I generally don't bet much over 10. I think it's 11 points. I think 11 points is fine. I don't see an edge either way. I think the Dallas Cowboys get ahead. They coast a bit. I don't think we see a lot of Zeke. I don't think we see a lot of Pollard. I just think, they probably, split the carries pretty evenly here. I think now I will say, don't play any Cowboys receivers. The Colts just shut down receivers.
No, their defense is still good. The problem is that the Colts aren't going to score against that defense, and Micah Parsons might turn Matt Ryan into spaghetti.
You want a parlay? Here's a parlay for you. Bet the Denver Broncos under, bet the Rams under, and bet the Indianapolis Colts under. There you go. Throw them all three together. Just bet bad team unders.
The under bets. Oh, they stink like rotten underwear.
Oh man, I had who was the fourth one? What did I hit this week? Let me look this up real quick. This was and I'm gonna bet this. I'm betting this every week because there's no way it loses. We have the under for the Broncos. Oh, the under for the Bears. The Bears too. Now the Packers are a terrible defense. So I might not throw the Bears in this week, but just like bad offense unders have been hitting really well this year, and I think you can keep rolling with it. There's my favorite bet of the week. Bet bad team unders.
Go for the overs with Detroit.
If you want the overs, bet Detroit, bet the Chiefs.
Chiefs, Bengals, and you know what would be nice over here that I bet you would hit on pretty decent? The Seahawks this week.
Let's see. What are the totals that are over 50? Yeah, the Bengals and the Chiefs are 52.5.
That'll cover that overall day.
The Vegas Raiders and the Chargers are 50.5, so they're a high total as well. I think that's a little high. And then the Lions and the Jags are 51.5. So you have 3 50-point spreads this week. So you have a lot of options in daily. I will say that.
Some good players that hey, hit up that Lions Jags game if you want points from cheap players in daily. That's my smash lock right there in daily this week. Let me tell you, hit up that lineup, especially my man Jamal.
Now, one thing I'll say about the Colts, they threw to that big old tight end 11 times last week, and he's going to be like
Cox.
He's going to be like $2,000. You can get a lot of good players in your lineups for $2,000, and if that guy just catches 4 passes, man, like you could have Devontae Adams and Stephon Diggs, right?
I don't pay up for tight ends anyway. Don't bet. Tight ends are a bad bet each week. You find a $3,000 tight end every week that
I will pay up for Kels. It's the only one I'll pay up for. Kels has won me some weeks.
But you really want to pay $7,000 for a tight end?
If it's Travis Kelce, yes, I do. I'm okay doing that. I have done a Kelce. That's usually my stack. I usually do a Mahomes Kelce stack, and I just play a cheaper receiver because I just play him as a receiver.
I mean, that's it. Then just play him in the flex.
Well, yeah, you can do that. That's fine.
Find yourself a $3,000 tight end.
Yeah, if you're paying anything more than $3,500 for a tight end that's not named Travis Kelce, then you paid too much.
Too much.
Find someone who's going to catch 4 points or four times, and you got it. And you can play much better receivers and much better running backs.
I feel like one day we should just do a fantasy special and help some of these people out. Because even last week on a bad week, I still made $11 in daily. So
yeah, I lost $5 last night because of that late score. I was winning $5 the entire time, and I basically just played like no one in kickers. And then at the end of the game, they just get one touchdown.
Special.
One touchdown. All right, so then our last game of the week is this terrible, I hate them so much, New Orleans Saints. I'm done with the Saints. I don't want to see them play anymore. I'm over them.
Not if my man isn't under center. If he's not under center, I don't want to see this team.
That is boring football. How do the Saints play boring football?
Sean Payton's not their coach anymore.
I agree, but just put Winston in, put Hill in, put anyone in. Dalton isn't winning you anything. What do you need him in for?
He's hurting Kamara too, as far as fantasy goes. Yeah. He's hurting Kamara too.
And Olave. He can't throw the ball deep. Winston can wing that thing to Olave. Just throw it. That'd be more exciting.
I would be surprised if Jameis Winston takes another snap in the NFL. He's had so many serious injuries that affect quarterbacks now at this point. I don't know. Famous Jameis might be done, buddy.
That being said, it's against Tampa. It's 3.5 points.
Is it at Tampa?
It's at Tampa. I'm not betting either of these teams because Todd Bowles cannot hold the lead. The man said punting
I
the
feel
ball.
like Brady's record at home against the Saints is something ridiculous.
This is the first time Brady's ever lost in that situation. And you want to know what Todd Bowles said? Todd Bowles said that he didn't use his timeouts because he didn't want Tom Brady to throw an interception at the end of a game. If it's literally the best clutch quarterback of all time and Todd Bowles says that, he should literally already be fired. Make Leftwich.
Don't forget, Todd Bowles is the same guy that ran the Jets further into the ground. So
yeah, he's a bad coach. And we already knew that. And yet the Tampa Bay Buccaneers continue to have him. Tampa Bay Buccaneers have won 2 more games this season without Todd Bowles.
They need to make Byron Leftwich the head coach.
Byron Leftwich the head coach. There's no reason.
For the Jacksonville Jaguars.
No reason Byron Leftwich should not be a head coach. I made Byron Leftwich my head coach once on Madden. Dude was amazing. Don't tell me y'all didn't do that. You didn't play long enough where Brett Favre and Byron Leftwich were coaching football. So that's what we have this week. Let me bring up the graphic here for the picks. We have,
if you want to follow that math,
we got the Bills over the Patriots. We have the Browns over the Texans. We got the Jets over the Vikings. We have the Giants, purely number play, 2.5 is too many points against the Commanders. I like the Commanders as a favorite. And we have the Chargers again. We're going back to the Chargers one more time to beat the Las Vegas Raiders. And I would say our game of the week for math versus match is probably the Jets versus the Vikings.
I love the Vikes, baby. They're going to win big against the Jets. Mike White.
5-1 on the road, and defense always travels, and Zach Wilson is gone. Mike White is going to take them all the way to the playoffs and maybe then some more.
Mike White is going to take them all the way to the regret board. Vikings big.
I mean, you can't regret anything. Mike White's okay. Much like Taylor Heineke, Mike White's
how is Joe Flacco not starting for them?
Because Mike White just threw 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns. Mike White is the man. Mike White and Daly, do your thing. All right, so we're going to get to the end now, though. Like I said, our math for a smash game is the Jets versus the Vikings. I'm on the Jets. This guy is on the Vikings. He says Skull.
Also, Justin Jefferson can't be stopped, baby. MVP.
No. Can Justin Jefferson be stopped? I don't know. I don't know either. I don't know if he can be stopped, but I think the Jets can stop the rest of the offense. I'm Math. This is Smash. This is the Betting Bros, Math vs. Smash, presented by the Scene Snobs. Watch them tonight. Watch them on Friday. Watch all mixed movie reviews and everything else that goes on there. It's a great channel. And we're going to leave you guys with that. Thanks for joining.